And it's a quarantine version of the live Comedian X-Cast with Big Ace.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like singing because I don't know what else to do.
Throwback videos of you singing today on your.
Oh yeah, on the other thing, yeah, that was I found that I tracked that down. So as we speak now, I will have been grounded from my day job. This will be starting we'll be into the second week. You tomorrow start your first chunk of working at home, and as is evidenced behind me there, empty wrestling rings all about the place with the coronavirus. But before we do that, there's a little shout out, little memorial you want to do for one of your friends there, yeah?
Yeah, man. We the wrestling right down here, plus especially the Waterloo Hall of Fame weekend. We've talked about many times. You're hopefully going to come this year, and it's a very special weekend. Very cool people that are going to this weekend, and there's very cool friends that we've made over the many years. And some of the very first friends I made there were my buddies from Shotgun Wrestling. They're out of Iowa. Check them out. It's a great podcast. And also a lot of work done with IPW, Impact Pro Wrestling, out of Iowa as well. But yeah, man, Zach Squared, as we used to call him, Zach T, Zach G, were the boys running Shotgun Wrestling. And again, great guys. We've done some shows together every weekend. They're the guys I get to hang out with when we go down to Waterloo for the Hall of Fame weekend. And we got some really sad news that on Monday, our good friend Zach Griggs Zigman passed away, unfortunately. So it was a very found out Sunday morning. I think it happened Saturday night, but it was a very, very shocking news, very heartbreaking news. These are people I keep in contact with throughout the year. We talk wrestling, which in times like these is a great way to escape having to see what all the repeated just stuff that makes you go as days go on right now. So yeah, man, it's just a sad thing. I just wanted to shout him out though. That's we put his the Facebook post from those guys up there. Yeah, man, it's sad. It's really sad. So I hope my boy Zach T's doing good. I hope all the other guys out there are doing good. And
looks like a very young man.
Yeah, man, 34.
Oh man, what a terrible
man. Just got really sick, I guess. So yeah, dude, it's a bummer. Again, this is one of the first people I became real good friends with out of the Waterloo Hall of Fame weekend. These two guys. So man, it was rough. It was a rough Sunday, man.
No kidding.
Everybody, the community, I guess you can call us, that are every year at that Hall of Fame weekend have all become to be like a family. Seeing everybody's reaction, stuff like that. It's really sad. So yeah, man, just shout out to the boys out there, and hopefully everybody's doing right. And Zigman will be at all the shows with us. I know we're gonna feel him this year at the Hall of Fame for sure in Waterloo. So, and we're gonna make sure we show respect to him this year too.
All righty. Well, aside from that, there's it's weird times we're living in, baby. SmackDown at the Performance Center with zero audience. I watched that.
What did you think?
So here's what I think. I give them credit for trying to do it. There were some things I really liked. Some things I was just like, I got to tell you, without the audience reaction, it's harder to watch. It really is. And the other thing is that they had to take a shortcut because they clearly didn't have enough to fill the time. But in retrospect, they might have told some of the talent to just go the heck home. You don't need to be here. You don't need to do this. And they used, as they did on Raw, some footage from the Elimination Chamber on SmackDown. And then on Raw, they showed the entire Royal Rumble match again, which, I mean, that took up a lot of time. And so, but I understand that they got to fill now 3 hours. And
Right.
There's no way they can do 3 hours with no audience reaction. I just got to think that's very, very difficult. But having said that, for what it was okay.
It was different.
It was totally different. I like the fact on SmackDown that they kind of acknowledged in a cheeky way that there was nobody there. Like when Asuka came down and interfered in the Bliss, that dark-haired girl. I can never remember her name now.
Cross.
Yeah, the Bliss Nikki Cross, when she interfered and Sasha and Bayley got the win, Triple H says, "Oh my God, she must have been hiding in the crowd. I didn't even see her sneak up there," and that was pretty funny to me. And so, given that fact, I guess it wasn't bad. Given the circumstances, I'm certainly not going to say it was terrible because it wasn't. Although I had already seen the Royal Rumble, or I already seen the Elimination Chamber tag team match, so that part of it was like watching a rerun. Same thing with SmackDown or with Raw. I felt like Raw was, man, they chewed up a lot of time with that. But I got to tell you, I really enjoyed it because that Royal Rumble was one of the best ones I think that they've ever had. It was again, as we talked about it. It was two stories. It was.
I agree. I don't mind watching it again. I guess for me, it did lose my interest. I didn't paying attention through half of it.
I'll say this: I didn't feel bad about going to the bathroom.
Yeah, for sure. I think the whole thing that kept happening in my mind was like I knew about half of Raw then was going to get eaten up by that Rumble.
Yeah,
like man, they're supposed to be furthering WrestleMania storylines, and that's not happening.
Yeah, they can't.
What shit. So yeah, that's why it was just, like it was hard for me to get on board with it because I was just like, that's a whole now mess of a thing.
Well, there's many things that are a bit messy.
The thing is, who knows what's actually true about what's floating around out there as news on all this? But it went from they weren't going to cancel to Tampa gave them like a week to do it before they were going to do it. They finally last second make the call for Performance Center with a closed set to now the rumor is that's just what they're saying. The goal is that it's actually going to get shut down forcibly by government or health officials.
Well, it already is.
And then what they want it shut down at the Performance Center due to some insurance clause or something. And then he's looking to reschedule in June at MSG. That's what's out and about now.
Well, I find it hard to think that that New York is going to be out of the clear given all of this stuff by that time. If I'm 100% honest, I just don't see this being over soon. I will say one of the things that happened on Raw, the Undertaker came out as a badass.
See, I'm not sold on that. That was that.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't come out He came out with a do-rag.
He was doing that. Why are they not using that song?
Yeah, I don't know.
Second of all, no bite.
So here's the other thing, though.
Third, tights, not leather pants.
Yeah.
Fourth, I don't know. I feel like it would have been like one of the bandanas like he used to wear back in the day. That didn't even look like a bandana, really.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know what it was. That he was
I was not. I will say this. I was not a fan of Becky Lynch driving up in a semi truck. That was the dumbest shit. And if that
just think they spent all that money to get the truck just for the fact that at the end of that promo she was going to go like a truck.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, my God, dude. And here's the other part of it.
That truck looks sick though.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. It looked awesome. Yeah. It's just like the dumbest thing. Really, would you ever have, up until that point, would you ever have pictured Becky Lynch? Yeah, she's a truck driving kind of gal. She's I get it. No. And so it's so out of character. And yes, they did it so she could say that line. And the other reason they did it was because the first thing that I thought of when I saw her driving up in that was, oh, great, they're going to have her do a thing with Stone Cold. Because They blew that chance a long time ago, and now they're trying to make it up again. But that's the first thing that I thought of.
Which and the show though, they end up having that moment with the two of them, which was, I don't know. I kind of thought he was still going to stun her.
Honestly, I kind of thought it was a little. I did like the fact that he acknowledges the fact that there was nobody there.
Yeah.
I
like that they had that whole Byron Saxton thing going.
Oh, dude, that was great. That was the best part of the show.
Yeah, it really was.
You know, and
because you don't think that with Byron because he's just whatever.
Yeah.
If you watch the FCW thing, like we were talking about on the last week's episode, you see in there that he is a very good man on a mic, not just commentary. You can cut promos and go along with it. Yeah, it was a delightful play between those two. And you knew it was going down to a stunner, which he sold magnificently.
Oh, yeah.
It was a great segment.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Becky walked over him, like right on his abdomen.
Yeah,
that was cool. So, yeah, anyway, having said that, there were a lot of things I didn't like and a lot of things I liked. I feel bad for him in terms of they got to try to figure out how to do that stuff. They got to try to figure out how to make it appealing. I'm sure that the ratings are going to come back and they're going to be okay because there's nothing else on. You know, although I got a feeling that CNN probably beat them in the ratings because all of this Corona stuff is crazy. If you're watching any of that, holy cats! And by the way, if you're watching, and let us know how you're holding up because this is already starting to get weird. Here in Minnesota, all the restaurants are closed. I know they're closed in I think about a dozen states around the country. And as of right now, some places you can still go out and have a meal. You can get takeout and delivery here, but can't go in and eat. Anyway, I don't know. I digressed off of that. But the point is, this is going to be standard programming here for a while.
Yeah, I'm curious how they're going to do it, though, because to run these shows, you got to have more than 10 people. And now it's they don't want groups of more than 10 people. So I don't know. They have to separate them and they can only be in the main arena room, the 3 and the 4 or 5 producing people. It'll be interesting to see how this all ends up working out.
I wonder.
One thing that is nice, though, is at least wrestling's still trying.
Yeah.
They're still trying. That's the one thing you could always say about professional wrestling where it does lose anywhere of talks of trying to be compared to it as a professional sport. And that is when you see these pro sports take hits like this, wrestling still tries to have the show go on. They figure out how they can do it. So, if that's how they end up doing it, where we're going to still get an empty arena TV because you can do in the arena, whatever, then have so many people in a room together and have all those rooms, 20 feet apart or something. I don't know how they end up doing it, but there's probably ways they can make it happen and still put TV out.
Yeah. And I would think also they're probably going to have a lot of the.
Oh, I was going to say, the only thing I'm worried about, though, is that we're not really supposed to be touching people. And if that starts to become more of a serious thing, they just wrestle man suits.
Yeah.
With their logos.
I think they've already done that in Japan.
Paint them up like their RVD's singlet.
Yeah, I think they've already done that in Japan. I really think they'll probably start doing a lot of the backstage segments pre-taped, which they can do. They can do a lot of stuff pre-taping.
Oh, yeah.
I think, and I think it was. I gotta think that they were sort of blindsided and thought, God, we got to come up with something, which is one of the reasons that they ran those 2 old matches. But having said that, I think, and I have faith that they're smart enough and a big enough company that they're going to start doing some pre-taping of chunks of something that they can run back. In essence, AEW Dark, without the, it's still not going to have an audience, but they're probably going to be able to do some of those matches and stuff ahead of time so that they're not as concerned about how they're going to fill the time. They'll have days now. They'll have a week now to come up with more material and be able to record it and then let it just play, and nobody will know whether it's live or not.
And AEW still has that part going for them where they still do a lot of storytelling through their web-based
Right.
videos, specifically the vlogs that like the Elite does, Sammy Guevara does, and the other people back there. So like I could see them having that become more of a thing too, and pushing like promos and stuff out from these guys just taping themselves like they would be doing their vlogs. So yeah, I mean, it's cool that they're gonna try to keep everything going. But
I'm very interested to see what AEW does tomorrow.
What isn't it? Isn't it just a Daily's Place and it's empty?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm interested to see what they're going to do.
Right.
If they're going to do it the same as WWE did, clearly they don't have a problem doing long matches, which is one of the things that makes them stand out from WWE. But and we talked about this a little bit last week. My concern is that for me as a viewer, I might not be as excited about it because the audience energy isn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's one of the big things that makes AEW fun to watch, is that the audience there is always hot, 100% of the time. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Right. In other news, NWA, I know you don't follow them as much as I do, but NWA has suspended everything. They had the Crockett Cup coming up, and they canceled all of their television tapings in Atlanta, and that's until further notice. So tonight, if you were watching on YouTube, they had a replay of the entire NWA 70 pay-per-view, which normally I think they were charging for on Fight TV, but you can watch it free on YouTube now. Granted, it's almost a year old, or a little over a year old.
That's the one cool thing you've been noticing out of the like entertainment world is you're seeing, like you mentioned, I know you mentioned this on your show earlier, but as far as you said, you've seen like comics doing like online open mics where everybody can just kind of do what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
I have friends who are musicians that are going to start doing live stream concerts. Dropkick Murphys did that one tonight on a larger scale, but local musicians doing that. And then you're seeing like major companies. I think like Fox is going to like release a lot of their movies that are in theater right now.
Yeah, Universal as well.
Yeah, early on actual streaming platforms. Yeah. So like that's the one thing you're seeing, is at least like people aren't being like money hungry off of this. At least the companies you thought that would, because it's like, oh man, like iTunes rental movies and stuff, if everybody has to stay home for a month, is gonna like,
they're all not $20 to rent a movie.
You know what I mean? So it's cool to see, though, that they're trying to be like, hey, we get it, we're not gonna like hold this shit out.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it's very, very cool, because there's a lot of comics that I know that are doing virtual open mics, which is nice. And I mentioned this a little bit earlier. For performers, and I would put wrestlers in this category too. One of the reasons that we do this stuff is because we get a real thrill and a real high out of having an audience enjoy what we're doing. And in a situation like this, when we're all sort of shut down and don't have any place to do what we do, what we enjoy doing, it makes it very, very difficult for us mentally, because I had another show cancel. I am 100% positive, even though it's not canceled yet, that the kindergarten through 8th grade wrestling tournament that's down in Rochester is going to be canceled. That's April 2nd through the 5th, but it's going to be canceled. Even if I don't get the date right, I'm still not going. If they tell me that I can go, I'll go. But I am 100% sure that that's not going to happen. It's just like up here with the high school basketball tournaments. They were in the middle of the girls' tournament and canceled it. Didn't even finish it. Said, nope, we're done today. The boys did not get out of the sectionals, and wrestling is all done. So if you can find somebody, if you find something that you like, and if it's comedy, if it's music, and you're going to have local people around you wherever you live that are doing these things, please go ahead, hop on, watch it for a couple of minutes, watch it longer if you like it. Give them a thumbs up, because most of them are not going to be getting any money for doing it. Really very few people doing live streams. They do it out of love, out of enjoyment, out of the fact that they like entertaining people. So give them a thumbs up, because it'll help them a lot mentally, give them a little sense of approval, and they're just doing it because they're trying to keep people happy in this weird world that we live in right now.
Yeah, man.
Okay, that's the end of the show.
And we're done. See you next week.
No.
I mean, obviously, though, wrestling-wise, we're lacking on being able to talk as much, because not a lot was happening. Even like we said on the two major shows, it was a lot of replayed stuff, because they're figuring out what's going to happen going forward. But one thing that happened, obviously the Mania stuff, but another big deal that always happens during Mania week is WrestleCon. You familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've gone to it at 29, 30, and 32. 32, we actually were working a booth at WrestleCon, me and some other people. Anyways, a really cool event. Really gives the option of other cool things, not just WWE jamming everything down your throat week of Mania. Did you hear the situation they got put in? Obviously, with Mania getting canceled, no gatherings at this time. I think it was of more than 50 and everything like that. They obviously had to cancel. And the Marriott Resort in the Tampa area where they were going to do this was like, okay, well, you're in breach of contract. We don't agree with why you're doing this. We can fulfill your agreement still, and tried to stick WrestleCon, which is High Spots, I believe.
High Spot. Yeah.
With a $114,202 bill. That was what was going around. I think yesterday Jericho tweeted about it. Some other people were tweeting about it. Enough though that I guess it got taken care of from what the update is. The Marriott is agreeing to honor the force majeure clause in holding either one guest or WC responsible for the liquidated damages. So due to the emergency declaration to cancel all events over the next 30 days, they're now Marriott's going to like kind of let them off the hook. But you got to wonder if that was being called at a local level. That like specific manager at that resort was like, hell no, you ain't doing this to me.
Yeah. There's stories about that in a lot of different cases right now. I know for us, for the job that I have, I had to cancel 2 trips. And so they're canceled. I still have the tickets. So I'm told, well, if you have to go somewhere, here's the ticket you use. So we're not out. We might be out a little bit of something because we canceled it. I know somebody that went to South by Southwest, or was going to go to South by Southwest, goes every year. The owner of Stand Up Records. South by Southwest is one of the first events to cancel. And the hotel let him out no problem, but the airline would not. And so he is still dealing with that. That's one of the things, I guess, that bothers me when they say, oh, yeah, we're going to bail out the airports. We're going to stand behind them. It's not their fault. Well, you know what? It wasn't his fault that he couldn't go down there.
Right.
It's not his fault either. And so there's got to be a little bit of fairness, I think. It's one thing to bail out these big companies all the time, but it's not our fault either. And so we shouldn't be subjected to the same kind of penalties that they would. $400 or $500 to a guy like you or me is the same as $500,000 to one of these big companies.
Right.
So fuck them. I didn't say that. I meant it. I didn't. Delta Sky Miles, I still love you.
Kind of freaking out. I have my little office studio area set up for my now day job at home for the next little bit. and my cat's laying right where he always lays, where he knocks everything off my desk. So
Ooh, you're gonna have to put up ring ropes.
I know I might have to punch him. I don't punch him.
Don't punch the cat, but put up ring ropes.
Anyways, so yeah, with not a lot of wrestling stuff to talk about as far as current stuff, other than hey, everything's kind of either no crowds or postponed.
Yeah,
let's maybe.
I do want to go back to AEW because usually what happens is we talk about we try to talk about what happened last week and then talk about what's going to happen tomorrow. There was one really several interesting things on Dynamite last week. The one that really piqued my interest was Lance Archer with his apparent manager, Jake the Snake Roberts. I was in the whole fact that they just went down, sat and watched, and he was going to go over the rail, but then didn't. And then they just went on. I just was really impressed by the whole demeanor of that event.
I was too. The only thing I guess is I am a storyline guy. And to me now it just seems weird that such a horribly ending shitty win at Revolution over the MJF got over Cody, and now we're just moving on.
Yeah.
Like, you can't like throw someone in the middle for 2 months to then just go back to MJF. You still got to give storylines that can be somewhat true, or real. So you mean to tell me all of this happening with Cody and MJF is just pulling punch? What, you punched him with the ring or whatever? Like, that's just it. Cody's cool. We're moving on. Like, he
come back later.
I don't know, man. To me, it's just like, maybe that's one of the things I miss from like old school WWF/WWE is the long burn. You got feuds that were months to years long, man. It's just it's ridiculous, man.
You know what, Jason? I did watch that, and in fact, I got to be honest with you. I fast forwarded through everything until I got to that match. Holy cow, that was so much fun between the two of them.
I didn't even know about it till like an hour or two ago, so I gotta find it and watch it.
Yeah, go watch it, and you can. Oh my gosh, it was fantastic, and as they admitted, the Wrestle Talk guys admitted it's the first time they ever put on a live show, and definitely they had a couple of technical glitches, but overall, it was fantastic.
I'm all for it.
Of course, I did slow down so I could watch the women wrestlers enter, and then I didn't watch their matches, so shame on me. But I thought that was a huge success for them. I didn't see how many views they had totally, but it was a good show. They had some good talent on there. I felt like what I did watch, and holy cow, it gave me a whole new appreciation for Bea Priestley, and I liked her already. Not to spoil it for you, Ace. So, but Bea Priestley is Will Ospreay's girlfriend.
Okay.
I guess you don't care.
I read that earlier. That's why.
No, I'm sure you read it earlier.
Which it's funny that you said Will Ospreay though, because I was also just reading this, and I was going to ask you. I guess CM Punk was recently on some show. I don't know what it is. Swing and misses Cody and Jennifer Decker, baseball player, I guess.
I don't know, probably.
Or football? I don't know.
Could be.
If they're not a cowboy or they play baseball, I'm not gonna know it.
Tom Brady's gone, by the way.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Stephon Diggs is gone, by the way.
He seems like a jerk, though.
You know what? He went well, yeah. And I'm not going to get off of wrestling, but he wanted out of here. He wanted out of Minneapolis last year.
Only bummer thing I saw today regarding sports that hurt me was that Jason Witten's going to be a Raider. Should have just never came back.
Well, he's going to get paid.
I know.
He got to get paid. Anyway, all right.
So he was on this show, and I guess they asked him about who could bring him back to the ring, right? Who can get Phil back in the ring? So this is his answer. He was saying that if the money's right, he thinks a guy like Daniel Bryan, he'd go listen to those ideas. He would listen to ideas about John Cena, Rey Mysterio. And then he said Will Ospreay. He would listen to an idea as far as that could be a name that could get him back into a professional wrestling ring. Do you ever see, first of all, CM Punk ever coming back into a professional as far as like AEW or WWE ring? And I don't know, man, who would you want to see him come back and have a match with?
Who would I want to see Punk come back? Well, I mean, my first choice would be AJ Styles. Because I think on that roster right now, I think AJ is probably the best and most entertaining to me for a number of reasons. Technically, he's fantastic, and he's good on the mic, and he can make whoever he's wrestling look fantastic. Who else? To be honest, and you know I'm a Brock guy, I wouldn't mind seeing Punk against Brock. Have they ever wrestled?
I don't believe so.
I'd love to see Punk and Brock. I want to see Brock, do a few more kind of high level matches before he gets the hell out of here, which I think is going to be coming in the next year or two. Unless Vince keeps throwing $100 million at him. Well, not that much,
Yeah.
Here's $2 million. Brock, come out the desert with me. And Brock will go, yeah, okay. What do I got to do? Throw a guy on his head? Yeah, I'll do it.
Right.
Because to be honest, watching that Royal Rumble match back, good God. There's some of those guys he doesn't even need to try.
Oh, yeah.
They don't even need to help him,
Yeah. He really did run through a good chunk of that. Like,
I'll tell you, there
was sad when he got eliminated.
I was, and I think you know what? See, and that's the reason we had talked about it initially afterwards. I think that's one of the reasons I kind of like. I'd like to see him be a good guy.
Yeah,
because it's just he was like but I mean, when he threw John Morrison out of the ring, holy balls, man! that was my favorite one of them. But there were just he's anyway. Oh gosh.
Okay, so I'm done with that. I think.
What do you think?
I think him and Ciampa would be good. I think him and Kevin Owens would be good. I think he'd do a really good part in showing, how good Kevin Owens is.
Yeah.
I think Balor.
Yeah, Finn Balor would be good.
I think those would all be really good matches.
See, I think you have to kind of layer in though into these thoughts the fact that okay, well, would WWE ever bring Punk back for whatever amount of money he wanted? B, if it was Balor, would they pull him back up?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And I'm like, they wouldn't do it. They'd come up with something and it's like, I don't know, I think this is wrong. Again, and going back to watching that Rumble again, Braun Strowman, clown of all clowns. Let's just be honest. He's not ever gonna. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I'd definitely.
Good point. It's so hard because there's a lot of guys that I think would go well with him, and we all have our favorites. I think, and the ones that we would say, "Oh yeah, I'd love to see him against almost anybody." Sammy would be fantastic. In fact, Sammy, even on the audience list show, I thought did a really good job on Raw. But anyway. So what are you thinking there, AC?
I am just trying to look at and just see what's going on. Because I don't want to keep talking about just things getting canceled, postponed. And
I know. I'm totally with you. There's got to be some positives. And I do want to talk about positive stuff. Uh, was it SmackDown? I don't remember. I watched them both. They had no audience on both of them.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, my girl, my girl Asuka doing commentary. How annoying was that?
Oh, thank you.
That was about the and I love that girl, but oh my god.
I mean,
What human being possibly thinks that's a good idea?
I guess he thinks it's really funny.
That's really funny when she just goes,
Like, it's super, like, I don't know.
It's so annoying. So annoying. She doesn't do that when she on her channel. On her YouTube channel.
Right. We should talk about this. This definitely happened. First of all, I didn't realize, I guess Mandy Rhodes and Dolph Ziggler are actually dating.
Oh.
In real life. Good for you, Dolph.
Well, yeah, good for him.
That comedy career ain't working out too well. Might as well get a hot chick, I guess. I don't know.
Well, he can't perform comedy anyway either.
So
that's a good point there. She is unscripted.
So
what's unscripted on English?
Right. What is your thought on the new signee for WWE then? Big Gronk, man. Rob Gronkowski in from the New England Patriots is going to be in the WWE.
Well,
I mean, the thing is, everybody kind of thought this would happen once he retired.
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of time.
How do you think Mojo Rawley is? Not getting any TV time as is, barely, and now it's like, oh, we just
he's gonna end up being Gronk's lackey.
Yeah, oh, they're gonna totally be fighting eventually. Like they'll have a match.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Gronk is a good athlete. I'll just say this: as all NFL players are not necessarily good wrestlers.
No, but you know who was? As far as one that never actually made a full transition, it was a one-off. Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor was good in his one-off.
Yeah,
but I'll say there were some guys like Ron Simmons was an NFL player,
and
he was good. But guys that were not good. Steve Mongo McMichael, not good. Kevin Green, not good.
Green.
You know what? Carl the Mailman Malone was better than those guys.
Wow.
You know, my concern is that Gronk is going to be a name, but he's going to be a klutz, and it's not going to go well. But that Vince is going to pay him enough money that he's going to have to ride him like a drunken pony for the length of a contract. I mean, and I don't know. I know certain people are still Gronk fans because of his lifestyle. I could see him fighting the King of Bros. Maybe that'd be good because they're both bros for the King of Bro title.
He could be a fun Brock thing when Brock's not involved in a title anymore.
Yeah.
And is doing that downward kind of like.
Oh, by the way, Goldberg, not a good wrestler.
Oh, yeah. He played football.
Yeah.
He was awful at everything. He is awful at everything. You hear me, Goldberg? You're awful.
I think he's one of the, no, Jason's one. And I don't know who everybody's. But the point is, yeah, Brock's terrible. Oh, yeah. Now, I can't see who you are. You didn't have to leave.
You scaring people. Anyways, it'll be, you know who his first feud should be, though? I would love to see him have a first feud. It would be great. It should be the security lady that tried to not let him in the ring at WrestleMania because he was a legit fan hopping over.
That'd be good.
That should be his first match. Oh, that would be great.
I'd be down with it.
It was over.
I would be down with it.
No, yeah. I do feel bad though for Mojo Rawley because you just he's not getting a lot of time. Obviously, they're not doing anything with him. Probably trying to be come on, do something with me. And now it's going to be, oh, we just signed your best friend. You're going to help train him. we might use you to get him going. We might make you look like his ass, like a bitch for him.
Well, they made him wear that stupid suit, so.
And then we're gonna dump you and shoot him to the moon. Unless he's awful, then that won't happen.
Yeah. I might. I mean, it's to me, it's 50-50 whether he's good or awful.
Yeah. I guess I don't know.
Because I think on the mic, he's going to be terrible.
Oh, he's gonna be like
He's going to be a meathead on the mic. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, like Mojo's okay, but I don't think he's like mouthpiece.
Oh no! I mean, there's a reason why Mojo Rawley's not getting a lot.
Yeah,
right now, and it's because it's just there's obviously more talented that's up there, and that's what's being shown off right now. But
I don't know, man. But yeah, I don't know if there's other news. I didn't get to watch much today. Didn't get to watch much the other day. I was busy doing nothing. So that's what you call show prep.
What
so do you think? Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say there's also talk of Alberto Del Rio signing with WWE.
Again?
He says they're very close.
Of course he says it.
Because it is his destiny. It's his destiny.
I don't know, man.
Like, first of all,
I've never been a fan of his.
Well, and first of all, they have Paige still. Like, she's still technically under contract with WWE.
Yeah.
They ain't going to want those two around. Obviously, there's a lot of bad blood there.
Oh, yeah.
So that ain't a good thing. And then just, yeah, like, you've heard the stories of, like, a shit attitude. I'll tell you what, like, I met Alberto Del Rio, like, right when he, like, his second, third month in on the roster. It was, like, right when he was coming out. He was, at the moment, like, going after Rey Mysterio, because why not have the new Mexican guy? You go after the legendary Mexican guy.
Well, that never happens.
Not racist at all. And so it was bragging rights. They were on the same team, and he throws, like, Ray tags him because they were on, like, Team Raw. And right when he's, like, in the ring about to hit the guy from SmackDown, he ends up just turning around and knocking Ray out, and then, like, throws him into the wall and then just leaves. Which was great. I was marking out, so I was like, yeah, beat the little one up, yeah. And then my cousin was with me, who's like a big Ray guy, and was just like, oh well, God, he really hurt him. I'm like, dude, he'll be back. Like, he'll come out like in like 10 minutes. He's gonna come running out.
Yeah,
okay. And then he did. And then my cousin's like, well, man, you really know this shit. It's like, yeah, it's not hard. It's these shows, you can predict it. No, but that night, we ended up partying with Alberto Del Rio, Luke Gallows.
Oh, wow.
Chavo Guerrero and Ricardo, the guy that was his announcer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we ended up like at the same bar where they were, and there was no one else there, so we all ended up just partying.
Cool.
Yeah. And he was super cool then. A little cocky, but super cool. But that was like right when he started. I could see how like if he wasn't happy, he'd be a real asshole.
He was probably still just waiting to feel his way around the boys, and
you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And then on top of that, Chavo was there, who, you know, obviously the pecking order.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And Chavo's as nice as can be. So yeah, I don't know. It was just I don't know, man. I don't know. That would be the third or fourth time he's back in WWE. What the hell?
I just don't see it. By the way, this Paige not being at the show on Friday, and they blamed it on travel problems. Oh freaking no, man. So she lives in the US, right? She's like,
she does, but I know now she does go back and forth to see family. So I don't know, maybe she was over there. I don't know. Maybe it's because she just had that surgery and she's still kind of recovering. I don't know what the deal was.
I mean, yeah. Well, anyway,
I guess what they're saying though is well, and here's the other thing is, it might not even be her. What I've heard is the reason she was coming back was to basically bring back Nyla Rose. Or not Nyla, sorry, Nia Jax.
Yeah, Nia Jax.
Because she apparently is ready to go, and they were talking about possibly Nia Jax and Bayley and Mania being the one to bring her back. So maybe there is a holdup on the Nia Jackson if that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, gotcha.
I don't know. Hopefully that something happens with that. I tell you what, that would be one way to get me a little bit more excited with the look at SmackDown and what they're doing with Bayley if it's Nia Jax, because she's been gone for a while, so it'd be cool to see her back. It'd be something different we haven't seen for a while, and then it could be a good thing. I think something has to happen with Bayley. What's happening right now is not working. Again, I know they wanted to make her heel, but it's not even a good heel now. Like, be a heel, be a bitch, hate everything.
They don't. I mean, she's not a good heel, and they don't have a good face to come after her.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, they don't. So Nia Jax coming back, being a face, that work. It could definitely work. Plus, you got Paige coming to bring her back. I don't know if that means she's in her corner or not going forward. I would hope, because they should be using Paige a lot more. But I mean, I don't know. Hopefully we see that actually happen. I think, again, we're not seeing any storylines get further right now, so I think it's still trying to see what's actually going to happen in a few weeks as far as that show. So,
yeah, very interesting stuff. Tomorrow you got AEW from the Daily Center.
No one in the audience at the arena, like what we're seeing.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be good, though. I mean, if they let AEW go out and just let these guys do their matches, which their show's primarily matches anyways,
right?
Like they're known for just putting on longer matches, and now you can actually really let these guys go for a little bit longer since you got to fill some time. But the other thing too, they don't really necessarily need to do that. They can just run their show.
Yeah, like they normally would.
Relies on a lot of segments and backstage moments and vignettes and interviews and a lot of just moving pieces, not just a straight backstage bit, then back to the ring. You know what I mean? Plus, they're not doing as long as matches as you're getting in AEW time. So, a 2-hour show as opposed to 3, they're going to have an easier time filling. And again, most of the Dynamites are filled by match time. So I think they'll be able to just keep going, and I think it'll be fine because they put on phenomenal matches anyway. So
yeah,
I don't think the crowd not being there is going to be a huge deal. After watching WWE, I don't think it will, because that's the other thing. Watching some of the stuff at WWE, it's a little hard to get in it sometimes, but like Edge had me.
Oh yeah,
I actually was more into it because of the fact how like serious and just in the camera it was, and nothing, no sound, no booze, no getting the point out, letting Randy know that, hey, I'm going to kill you or whatever he said. I don't know.
But see, that's when you go back to the old NWA studio wrestling.
Exactly. So like, yeah, man, I think AEW will be fine. I think let them go, let them do the matches you're going to do, just no crowd. And I think people will still tune in. I think ratings will still be fine. Maybe not like this week or next week. To be real honest, I don't think so. I think the shock of what's happening in the world today is still really new, because these things are now taking place like yesterday, today, and in the coming week we're going to probably have more things happen. So like in 2 weeks, when we've kind of just hit that plateau of this is just what we're doing now, whatever that be in 2 weeks, who we don't know. I think you'll see, but I think right now the hysteria is going a little crazy, especially this week's in particular. So I think even our show tonight, we're probably down some viewers tonight because people are freaking out. So they're not watching TV. They're not online right now. They're out there again, hoarding toilet paper, buying every piece of food they can find. Which is,
by the way, if you need any ramen cups, try Walgreens. They got them. They're a little bit more expensive than the regular grocery stores, but you can still get them.
I could not believe that. I went to Walmart on Sunday and no ramen at all.
I was so pissed.
Package.
That's my jam. That's my standby. That's my staple. A lot of people are like, I love steak. I'm like, give me one of those 98-cent buckets of ramen. That's my shit.
All I need is $1 in hot water, yo.
That's right, baby.
I've spent not a ridiculous amount. I'm exaggerating, but I mean, I've spent a lot on food in the last weekend. So I'm
Yeah.
stocked up. I'm good. Knowing that I was going to be working from home, especially, or that there was talks of it, and then confirmed it on Monday, that it was like, yeah, man, that means I'm not leaving a lot, because I'm a homebody as is, everybody. But I
Yeah.
think I'm such a big wrestling fan. When I'm home, I just sit at home and watch wrestling or something funny. I don't even play like video games. Like that's
It's
it's what I do. And so now this isn't like all these bars closing and you can't eat in restaurants. So you got to get delivery or takeout. You can't go to like the gyms right now, all this stuff. The gym one is a little different just because I was starting to work out.
I was thinking about going to the gym.
I've been going pretty consistent, like 3
Okay.
days a week.
Oh, well, then that's
It's just the diet is the hardest part for me. But that's a little different. But I mean, that's what's cool too, seeing places like that, like Planet Fitness, be like, hey, free streaming fitness class you can just do at home.
Yeah.
Since
Yeah.
so, and and stuff like that. But I mean, no, for what's happening right now, it's not a whole lot of affecting my life.
Right.
Do much, man. You know what I'm saying? So like, for me, I was like, I better buy a lot of food because I'm going to be spending a whole lot more time just sitting at home now. So
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. But yeah, like I said, it's just it's crazy. It's
I said on Facebook, just to ease all of my friends' minds, technically I've been self-quarantining since 2011. So, and that's the truth. I'm like you. I don't do a whole lot. I do go out and do shows, but other than that, I'm not. I don't go and hang out at places anymore. Can't do it. Can't do it.
No, I mean, I saw the people complaining, oh my God, we can't go drinking on St. Patrick's. By the way, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'll tell you what, this is the first year I didn't see one person wear green, and it's because no one had St. Patrick's Day on their mind in the last 2 days, which is hilarious.
And the coronavirus is not even green.
Oh, bastards.
It looks like, from every picture I've seen, it's gray with a little bit of yellow and red on the top.
Yeah. So, real quick, did I ask you this? What did you think about the live action in between the commercial break that happened on SmackDown? That video leaked. Apparently, on the international market, they don't kind of commercial when we do.
Oh.
So it was seen over there, the Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, Sasha Banks, Bayley match, where they legit, as soon as it went to commercial break, stopped. Just stopped wrestling, and we're just kind of talking and hanging out, and then.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's a video of it.
That'd be interesting to see for me and all of our viewers, if you can find it.
Yeah, international TV feed for the live broadcast, catching a glimpse of the video right before commercial breaks were completed, showing all 4 women in and around the ring not performing.
Interesting.
Yeah, I could see if I could pull it up on here.
Yeah, if you can pull it up, make sure you put you don't have to put the audio on, because the audio is what will flag us more than the picture. I think. I don't know. What do I know? What are they going to do to us? Throw us down again? We've been doing this long enough now. We've been copyright violated by the best.
Yeah, right out of the gates too.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. I thought we were doing them a service by promoting their programming
out of the gates. All right.
All they wanted to do was flag us down, baby.
So I'm running a whole lot of things on my Wi-Fi right now because I'm going to be working from home. So
yeah,
I am a little slow today.
Well, there's people that are wanting, what I could do, just to bring back some old memories. Yeah. Oh, All right, here we go. Here we go. You will have to. You'll have to. There you go.
Oh no, it's a commercial.
Oh, for God's sakes! Are you a home buyer? Do you want to buy a home here? Do you want to buy it from Google?
Yeah, SmackDown. Hey, you go to this Google, okay?
You can only. Can you? You can't. You can't. You have to watch the whole thing. You can't say skip it.
Dang it. Yeah, no, this one's not letting me.
Oh, for God's sakes! The Sun's from England. I don't think they'll boot us. Maybe, who knows? Oh, this is terrible.
I don't. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, so they're wrestling. She pulls her out. Ref's doing like stop. Stupid pop-ups. Still wrestling.
I remember this.
Okay, so they're supposed to go to commercial really quick here, I think.
Ow! Ow! Yay! Commercial. And
here we go. This is
okay, I gotta pull up my pants. Hey, you guys, don't fight me now. It's a commercial. Put that back on there.
I'm gonna hug you. What are they? Like, so what's going on? What are you guys doing after this?
You guys,
You want to hang out?
Anybody ever date a referee?
Where's the party at, girls?
I'm gonna tie this on here because we forgot to do that at the beginning.
Hey, Sasha, how's that album going?
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, you guys ready?
So again, this was on international TV.
Oh my God!
This commercial break here in the U.S. though.
Okay, get back in your corners, girls. All right. You ready? No. Point at that. Wait.
So that
was that another commercial?
That is, but that's actually my friend's gym, Detour. If you are in the Minnesota area and you want to do CrossFit, go see my friend Matt at Detour.
Where's he at?
Huh?
Where's he at? Roch or Minneapolis?
Rochester.
Oh.
So yeah. So what do you think of that?
Well, I'll tell you. If it were another day when I still believed in kayfabe, I would say.
Real.
I would say. Yeah, I would say, but it's like, it's a glitch. That I got to give them the same kind of pass and leeway that I gave to Wrestle Talk for doing their show with no audience. There's going to be a glitch or two here or there that somebody forgets about, and that can happen at any time,
Yeah, and I agree too. Like, why risk someone getting hurt during a break?
Yeah,
like Jason was saying. So, like, I get it too. It was just entertaining though, just to see like all of a sudden they're like, oh wait. It reminds me of. I just watched this recently again too, and I forgot how funny of a movie it is. Semi-Pro with Will Ferrell and Woody Harrelson when he is in the ABA basketball league.
Oh yeah. The Flint Tropics.
Yes. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a part where they're like on TV and they can't fight and stuff, and then they're like, "What if we fight during commercial?" So like as soon as they're like, "We're at commercial," he's just like, "Hit somebody!" Then they come back, and it's like, "You come back in 3," and they all just stop.
Yeah,
that's what it reminds me. Like, when you see that, it's like, "Oh wait, we're off." All right, cool. Hey, so where do you guys want to go eat tonight?
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? That ref's creepy. He's talking to us. You hear him?
Training order.
Right. Yeah, it's entertaining though. Like I've actually like seen that. Like I've been in the arenas before when they're in there before doors are open and they're just in the ring hanging out.
Yeah.
We were bannering for a radio station and we were in there and like the Usos and a really young Rusev and like Naomi and some of the other girls who I don't remember. Yeah, they were all just shooting the shit, hanging out in the ring, and we're just out there postering. They're like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" All right,
love it.
We're doing all right.
I love it.
But yeah, it's just funny to just see them just kind of just stop, just like, oh, okay. But yeah, and now the picture-in-picture is going to ruin that for everybody. So
yeah, well, sure is.
So I'm also like thinking.
Yeah.
I'm working from home since you're going to be kind of grounded, it looks like.
Yep.
And since we may have some limited action these next couple of weeks as far as like wrestling goes,
Mhm.
we may need to bring back our
Old school review.
old school review.
It's not a bad idea.
I was actually watching before we went live tonight. Monday Night Raw from early June 2001, Minneapolis at the Target Center, just because I knew I was at that show. It was literally like 3 days before I graduated high school.
Oh, wow.
Like it was the week of my graduation. That's the only reason why I remember I was at the show. I was high school, I was dumb then, so I don't remember anything. So I was like, man, I don't remember who the hell I saw that night on that show. So I was like, I'm gonna watch it again because I bet I've seen like I thought the first time I ever saw Undertaker live was Phoenix. I believe that first WrestleMania. No. Okay, no, I thought the first time I saw him. Never mind. I forget that I went to that Monday Night Raw show, and I think SummerSlam was the first time I saw.
Yeah.
And it was, but I forget that I went to the show, and I forget what happened at it. So I'm a little bit into that Raw, and so far, I got Kane and Christian in an Intercontinental Championship match.
Nice.
Where Hugh Morris makes a run-in from WCW.
Oh, wow.
Cost Christian the match, so Kane won, to make Vince McMahon angry because this is during the invasion angle with Shane. They then show Shane in the production truck just going, ah, ha, 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 yeah, young Shane when he was always just. Yep. And then we get Vince comes straight to the ring, cuts a promo on him, cuts a promo on Benoit, and then Mick Foley comes out.
Oh, my God.
To push his second New York Times bestseller, Foley is Good book, and also make a surprise main event announcement for that night right here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Was Chris Jericho and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Holy cow.
Benoit and McMahon banned from ringside.
Holy cow.
That's as far as I've gotten. I'm only, so I still have like another hour and a half to go.
Oh my gosh.
I remember Taker comes out. This is the only thing I remember when I think back to the show is Taker did come out. It's American Badass era. It's actually during the build up for the big Diamond Dallas Page reveal of him.
Oh, yeah.
Stalker. So it's actually the Stalker shit. I think that night, I haven't gotten to it yet. I'll watch the rest when we get off here, but I think he actually comes out and, next week I want to know who we wear or something. I don't know. They further the storyline with Taker getting in the ring that night to make a promo on it. But
yeah,
man, I was like, dude, I couldn't remember who was on it. I couldn't remember anything. So I was like, I'm going to watch it. But then I was like, man, with the times that are going on, that is something that we might have to just bring back.
It is. Well, let's talk about it and then we'll put it up next week. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for that. Can you think of something right off the top of your head? You're going to watch that Raw.
Yeah, I'm going to watch
that. The build to?
The build to, I think, was King of the Ring, but I don't know if it's another Raw or an actual pay-per-view at that point in 2001.
Oh, yeah.
Figure
it out. Let me know.
June. So I guess maybe we could just do SummerSlam.
From what year?
2001.
2001 SummerSlam. I'm on it.
There it is. We'll watch the 2001 SummerSlam and bring you that next week. And then
if you'd like to watch along, watch it before next Tuesday at 8:00, and then you can talk with us about it and share with us what you think about it. Or maybe you don't even have to watch it. Maybe you're a good enough wrestling fan that you remember everything that happened.
Right? Yeah. I enjoy it. I enjoyed running down those old match cards.
I thought it was a lot of fun, and I think it is a great time to pick it back up again.
Yeah. So let's do it. Let's do it.
2001 SummerSlam. My, oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my friend, do you think of anything else?
Unfortunately not.
It's just the sign of the times, but you know what? We've been on an hour, so it's long enough.
Yeah, I think the other thing too is, again, everybody around the world and country is dealing with what's happening, and I think right now we're dealing with this initial shock of like in the last day or two, lives are kind of changing due to certain things, and I think just the busyness of all of that, like I'm not even really worried. Like it is what it is. If we have to stay home for a few weeks or a month or two, we have to stay home for a few weeks or a month or two if it means people aren't going to get sick. So
Right.
And anybody who's like, oh, it's just the cold, it's just the flu, do a little bit more research and do realize that no, it's not. It is deadly and it is growing rapidly. But everybody works together, we can curb it, and
That's right.
eventually all will come back together. So,
And we'll see you all on the Jericho Cruise.
Yes, yeah, hell yeah! Like that's going to be one hell of a celebration.
I got a feeling it is.
Like, come February on that boat, it's going to be some real good times because I think we'll still be getting fresh off of a lot of things that have happened.
I think you're right.
And I don't see it ending in a few weeks. This might take a little bit, but again, be positive and everybody work together. We'll get through it.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't have anything coming up. We might do another Briscoe Big A show this week. Wes is smart. Wes flew to Puerto Rico to get the hell out of Dodge. So he's going to be in Puerto Rico until they can basically let him travel back because the surf is good. And apparently they have 0 to maybe very little. But last he told me there was 0 cases in Puerto Rico.
Oh, well, yeah.
And it's been doesn't survive well in higher, warmer climates. So, Wes said, hey, if I'm going to get stuck somewhere, I'm going to get stuck out in Puerto Rico and go surfing. So, hey, cool. Good for him. We might do a show while he's in Puerto Rico. If not, whenever he gets back, I don't know. Originally it was a week, but who knows when he'll be able to actually come back now. So we probably will eventually do a show in Puerto Rico. Probably not this next week.
Yeah.
Hopefully a guest. I don't know. I don't know if we're working on it, but obviously with things going on, I don't know when we'll be able to do some of that. So
if you're aching for anything else, and if you're stuck at home and you're not working from home, every day on my Facebook channel, which is not me, it's John Russell.
You just broke kayfabe, bro.
Yeah, I know. Well, what the ever. Every day at 1:00, I'll be talking with one of my comedian friends for, I don't know, anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour, depending on how we're doing.
It's a gem. Today you got to see a 20-year-old John Russell.
Oh, yeah.
Mass comedian X doing some
it was not 20
theater, or dinner theater.
Yeah, I was about to be, let's see, that was 1994.
Was that the Jersey Boys?
So I would have been 30. Let's see. I don't know how old I was. That'd be 33.
Damn. And you were singing what?
I was singing Blue Suede Shoes, baby.
Oh, so was that just a bunch of different Elvis guys, or I thought
it was a whole thing. We had a dinner theater show called Tears on My Pillow, which made me laugh when you were talking about my grandkids. Did they fart on your pillow? I'm like, how did you know?
That is funny.
It is really funny. But we had 5 guys. We all had different parts, sang harmony, just like the old doo-wop days in the 50s. We had 33 songs that we sang. We had a 5-piece band. The people came and got dinner and a show, and it was, to be honest, it was pretty fun.
Nice.
And I was the guy that wanted to be Elvis, and that's what traveled me down the road of being a terrible Elvis impersonator who hated it. But the good news is, I came out of it just like we'll all come out of this coronavirus.
Yeah, and then at the Cruise of Jericho, we'll do karaoke, and you can do Blue Suede.
I'll do whatever I want to do, man. I probably won't be that.
Or yeah, you do whatever.
I'll do Rosalita by Bruce Springsteen.
There you go.
I'm much better at that than Elvis. Elvis is dead. Bruce is just old.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, man. Otherwise, SummerSlam 2001, watch it. We're gonna go bring you back to that show next week.
Awesome. Thanks for watching the whole time. If you did, we love you. And stay safe. Wash your hands. We'll see you next week at 8:00.